morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning, September 2nd. Woo. It is Wednesday morning. We are shooting live. You are looking live at the Wabash Studios here in Flora, Illinois today.
I wish I'd remembered to wear my pants today.
Yeah, that would have been really cool if you had chosen to wear pants this morning.
At least I got a shirt on.
He's got his shirt on, and it's tucked into his underwear. That's cool.
That's cool.
We're fine with that. It's a
just don't pan down.
It's I won't. It's the fancy heart underwear with the pretty. It's the white underwear with the pretty red hearts in it.
Thank you very much.
If you haven't figured it out to this point, Len Wells is here, and we are going to chat about a wide variety of subjects.
We are.
You told me, man.
Hey, before we get started, Bruce,
yes.
I want to thank you again. A couple of things.
Okay.
Thanks for the fresh fruit and the Fiji water in the green room.
You're very welcome.
Very nice. And for bumping up the stipend from $750 to $800.
Well, I just hope you enjoyed
the talent fee.
I just hope you enjoyed your stay over at the.
Thank you so much.
The palatial Chase Park Plaza.
The Chase Park Plaza was nice, especially the mini bar.
Before we limoed you in today.
It was very nice. Very nice. I feel rested.
We try to.
It's better than having to drive in here, in my pickup truck.
In your pickup truck, yeah. That's the limo helped out a lot.
Oh, I feel so relaxed. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, whatever makes
the Fiji water was a nice touch.
Whatever makes the guests comfortable.
Lewis Black, he insists on a Fiji, and that's what I like.
Is that right?
Yes.
He insists on a Fiji.
It's part of his contract.
Blue M&Ms or something like that.
I don't know anything about that.
Usually, that's what those pricey guys. They tend
now,
to.
What people will not see afterwards is after the show goes off the air, then I trash the place, like a rock star. Start smashing things,
That's right, exactly right. And then I'm able to put everything up just like it was.
It's amazing.
It is just outstanding. What's going on today? Let me tell you what's going on today. Actually, with Len here, I usually like to put the two camera on because you occasionally have opinion on what's going on.
Sure.
I must tell you, there is nothing going on today.
Not even anything for a glory.
No.
Nothing.
It's
There's not a blood drive.
It is church night.
It is church night, absolutely church night.
It is Wednesday. It's church night.
Social distance, wear a mask,
Are they still having Wednesday night services?
A lot of places are, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't go necessarily.
Well, you missed last week.
I don't know. I stopped in front of the Catholic Church and asked if Mass was out. They said, no, but your hat's on crooked. That's so old, but it's funny still.
That is a good one. I always like that. Yeah. What else is going on? But there is some stuff. This is, you would know this. You were probably there for this.
What, Bull Island? Go ahead.
It's the 75th anniversary.
What do you mean? Go ahead, please.
It's VJ Day. VJ Day.
Victory over Japan.
Victory over Japan Day. This is
my dad was certainly.
Yeah, this is on.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. 75 years ago today on September 2nd, National VJ Day. Victory over Japan recognizes the Allied forces' victory over Japan during World War II. The formal signing took place on this date 75 years ago on board the battleship Missouri.
Just so many World War II vets are disappearing now.
Well, they are. Yeah, they're
falling by the wayside.
They are not passing away at a high rate now. There's not enough of them for a rate to be high.
Right.
There are still a few remaining.
God bless them and keep them in your thoughts.
We do have the New York Times from the surrender.
The famous kiss.
The big kiss down on what's that, in Times Square?
Times Square, I think.
You got Douglas MacArthur there, along with a lot of the other generals, and then I believe that's the Japanese general or the Japanese Army general signing the surrender.
Wasn't there like 250 warships that America was able to amass for that event?
I think so. I read an interesting story about this yesterday, as a matter of fact. The flight to get
flag.
The flag.
That was
Did you
amazing.
see this?
6,000-mile trip, wasn't it?
Oh, it was
More than that?
no, it was 9.
9,000
6,000 across the Pacific, 3,000 to get to San
For that
Francisco to take off.
one special flag.
And of course, in this day and age, you could be able to
Well,
get
you
that.
did put on a jet and be there in a few hours.
Be there in about a day,
Sure.
or less. But back then, you had to fly from. This guy was in Washington D.C.
Right.
I'll go ahead and
This is
tell
a great story. Please
It's a good
do.
story. This fellow was in Washington D.C. and he was he had a fiance and he was supposed to go out on a date with her. He was part of he worked in the Navy. He gets a call. By the way, we need this flag picked up in Annapolis and taken to Tokyo. He says, okay, sure. I'll go home. I'll go home, get my stuff, and no. You got to go now. But I got a date with my girlfriend here in a couple hours. No, you got to go now.
And he did.
And he did.
Stood up his girlfriend.
He stands up his girlfriend. She's waiting at the automat or wherever,
Coffee shop or something.
The coffee shop or something like that. And he goes from Washington to Annapolis, drives back to Washington, catches a plane, which has like 4 stops across the U.S. because at that time you couldn't
fly across country without refueling.
He didn't really have time to eat or anything.
Probably had a box lunch he grabbed somewhere.
He ended up getting a sandwich or something somewhere in San Francisco, and they got him on a plane in San Francisco, got him to Hawaii. Hawaii gets him to some coral reef in the middle of the Pacific that I've never heard of, and if I've never heard of it,
yeah, because you're Mr. Trivia.
It's pretty small. Yeah. I'd never heard of this, and then they get him to Guam, and Guam
is literally in the middle of nowhere.
Guam gets him to a boat that can get him to the battleship, and he gets to the battleship about 10 hours before the ceremony.
But he made it
on the 2nd. Yeah, he did make it. They didn't think he'd make it. The flag was from 1852. It was the 31 star flag that Oliver Hazard Perry had. That was the same flag that he had up on his boat when he steamed into Japan.
Wow!
And when they got
had a lot of meaning. In other words,
had a lot of meaning. It was the Perry flag, the other Perry flag. There's one Perry flag for for the Battle of Lake Erie, but this is the other Perry flag.
Wow.
This is the Japan Perry flag. That they so he gets there, right? They open up the container for the flag.
Don't tell me. And there's like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, there's a couple of big rats in there saying, "Hey, this was really tasty." No, he opens up the container for the flag, and they're getting ready to hitch it up and throw it up the flagpole, and they pull the note out from it. It's just this flag is too delicate. You cannot fly this flag. So they searched around and found a frame, and it's up there on it's where they did the ceremony. It's like on the wall instead of flying it up the flag.
Because any wind at all could have
any wind at all would have torn it apart.
Wow, they should have thought of that before they.
You'd have thought
9,000 miles
before it goes 9,000 miles.
But so what a remarkable story.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that was 75 years ago today. What else is going on today? This is National Blueberry Popsicle Day.
You're kidding.
I am not kidding.
Wow.
I'm serious as a bus wreck.
That's one of my favorite all-time treats.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you throw some gin in there. You got a treat.
I have never had a blueberry popsicle in my life. I just can't imagine that blue. See, now those are interesting looking blueberry popsicles. I'm betting that those were made with
a little Bombay in there.
A little bit. They might have a little gin in those blueberry popsicles. Also, September, ladies and gentlemen, it's National Fall Hat Month.
You got to be kidding me. Who thought of that?
I don't know. Well, I do know who's kidding who. It was set up by the Headwear Information Bureau.
Well, yeah, what an idiot.
The Headwear Information Bureau originally sponsored Fall Hat Month, reminding the public that as the seasons change, the felt and fabric hats better protect our heads for the weather. They also fit the styles of the season.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, there you go. And a little later on in the show, by the way, Uncle Skeet has some fall advice, some change of season advice. He really does.
Did you know, we'll get to that, did you know that the hats have played an impressive role in human history?
Well, of course they did.
Presumably, U.S. President William Henry Harrison died shortly after his inaugural address because he refused to wear a hat.
He came down with pneumonia,
cold, nasty day. A month later, he was dead.
I'll teach you.
Pneumonia, that's right. Though
I don't think that had anything to do with it. He just probably...
You don't...
But anyway, it's a good story. He had one of them stovepipe hats, didn't he?
I've got a list. You probably can't read those.
Well, there's your Hamburg and your cloche.
You can see the top hat down there at the bottom. Sombrero.
That's my favorite because that usually follows about 8 margaritas.
They don't have any. Oh, there's the fedora in there. That's what
That's what you wear.
Yeah, that's what I wear. And I will be wearing that probably whenever the weather turns. That's about a 50 degree and under. Oh, yeah. 50 or rain. I'll wear the fedora hat. Sure. So I mean,
and yours made out of beaver, isn't it? I think
it was.
It's a nice hat.
It is a nice hat. It was. I think it's. I'm not sure what it's made out of. It's felt. It's made in New Orleans.
Oh, well, that makes it a good one now.
Made in New Orleans. I have a. You've seen the postcard in it, right? Haven't you?
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. But I was thinking of the police.
No. I know you were. Yeah, I know. I know exactly. I'm trying to keep my job.
But anyway, you have a nice hat.
Thank you so much for saying. What's on television?
No, but your hat's on crooked. Go ahead. Great punchline, by the way.
That's a great punchline. Hey. What's on Wabash? What do you want to see on TV? The Cardinals play tonight at 5:40. They won last night 16-2. That was cool.
They played a little league.
The Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, the Reds.
The Johan Oviedo taking the mound for the Cardinals versus Tyler Mahle.
He worked down at the plant?
No. Okay. No. He worked out. He worked out in the fruit fields.
Oh, fruit fields.
7:10 p.m. tonight. Oh, that's on Fox Sports Midwest Channel 630, by the way. NBC Sports Chicago at Channel 643 at 7:10 tonight. The White Sox take on the Twins. That'll be Reynaldo Lopez versus Jose Berrios. In the NBA, Game 2, Miami Heat versus Milwaukee, 5:30 on ESPN. Doubleheader tonight, followed up by Game 7. Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Houston Rockets. And then in the NHL, a couple of Game 6s this evening. It's the Colorado Avalanche versus the Vegas Knights. That's at 7 o'clock. And then I think it'll be... That's wrong. That's not right. Colorado Avalanche versus the Dallas Stars.
We're talking about hockey there.
In hockey, yeah.
Well, now, how is Jerry Sloan, the late Jerry Sloan's team doing? They're out of it?
They lost over the weekend.
Well, I knew they...
Actually, they lost last night.
Oh, they did? Because I thought they had been doing relatively well.
They lost to Denver last night, the Utah Jazz.
I see. Yeah, the Utah Jazz, Jerry Sloan's old team.
Yeah, they are as... Their season is in the same place as Jerry right now. In
the ground. Bless their hearts.
It's done. Also, horse racing, my favorite. America's Day at the Races on Fox Sports 2, Channel 219. Starts at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Saratoga. Did you realize
I used to date her.
Churchill is open now?
Oh, it is?
This week. Started yesterday.
Will people be allowed in and everything?
No.
I didn't think so. They're just going to be running.
Going to be running. Good. That's Len Wells. I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be right back on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Make Carmi Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carmi Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carmi Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at carnibysquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carmi Square.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Bruce Dickey here, along with Len Wells. And you might notice, usually on the graphic there for Len Wells, I'll put gentleman farmer. I'll
Still
put
am.
retired broadcaster.
Chicken rancher.
I try to put something different every time. Chicken rancher, columnist, author, writer. There are raconteur. I think I've put on there. I have put on there raconteur. And this time you might notice the new one. It is editor of the Carmi Chronicle. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The new editor of the Carmi Chronicle.
Came with a 700% pay increase.
Did it really?
$1 to, what's that? Anyway. No, thank you very much. It's a job I've been doing, and it's just, now I have the title, so that's great. It's a good organization I work for. Good people.
Outstanding.
Good people.
Outstanding. How you been, Len?
Good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, as the editor now, editor of the Carmi Chronicle, did your duties expand?
Actually, somewhat, but I still don't have any employees. The only whip I crack is on me. Small operation.
So you stand around and like yell at the
Whip
wall.
myself. Get to work.
A little flagellation there. Yeah.
No, not flatulation.
No.
With a G?
G, yeah.
That's a different deal over
It's
here.
entirely different.
Thank you.
It's entirely different. Well, tell me about how what your day is like at the Carmi Chronicle.
Well, it's a weekly publication.
Okay.
So for like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I pretty much just sleep all day. then I get up and work Sunday and Monday. No, seriously. I have a number of meetings that I cover. The Carmi City Council, the White County Board, various school board meetings, and and then some of the monthly or bi-monthly meetings are submitted, and I rewrite those minutes and stuff like that. One of my biggest responsibilities is to continue to follow every day crime in courts.
That was what I was going to ask.
That's kind of a big deal.
That's what you've always enjoyed to do, isn't it? It seems. I mean, you've always loved to keep the finger on the pulse, the handle on the crime, and not just in Wayne County.
Oh, just in the area.
White County, Evansville, Vanderburgh, all over, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. And to give you an example of why it's important to continue to follow a story that may have happened a year ago, or not quite a year ago. I'll give you the perfect example. The Huck's store in Grayville was robbed on December the 16th of 2019.
Okay.
They arrested a husband and wife, charged them with armed robbery, okay?
Was this the one where where it ended like on a gravel road, the guy trying to drive over the police car or something?
No, that's a different deal.
They
were arrested 3 hours later.
Okay.
No, it's not even 3 hours. Less than an hour later near a motel at the south edge of Grayville. But anyway, they had just completed a multi-state crime spree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had robbed convenience stores and Dollar General stores in Kentucky and Indiana, and wound up in Grayville and robbed the Huck store there. So anyway, that would have been the end of the story. They got charged in White County.
Find all that stuff in her car and all that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah, found the money, found the gun. Anyway, so that would have been the end of it. And if you sit around and wait for a press release from the state's attorney that they pled guilty to this. So one day I noticed their mugshot was no longer on the White County jail roster.
Okay.
I wonder why their mugshot, because they stay there until they're adjudicated. The case is gone. I wonder why that is. Well, it was a multi-state crime spree. So let me just check the federal system to see if maybe they got charged because
extradited somewhere else.
So I checked. First thing I checked was, of course, the U.S. District Court for the District of Southern Illinois out of Benton, Illinois. Well, oh my goodness, I found out they were charged in federal court.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were charged with a federal crime.
Because they had gone across state lines.
They had gone across state lines to commit a violent felony.
A felony, I see, yeah.
So anyway, the feds picked up this case. Nobody else knew that. And that my only clue that I had that they were no longer in the county court system is their mugshot disappeared. I check that every day. Their mugshot was gone. So anyway, I said, well, I'll check this every 2 or 3 days. Then I find out they plead guilty in federal court.
Really?
Nobody else knew that. There's no press release that they pled guilty.
This was down in Benton, probably?
Yeah, Benton.
Yeah.
But you check these cases. If you continue to follow them regularly, you'll find these things out. And then the most interesting thing I found out about that case that nobody else bothered to check on is when you plead guilty in federal court, you've signed what is called a stipulation of facts.
Okay.
You have to agree that, if this were to proceed to trial, here's what you did, and you admit it by signing a stipulation of facts.
All right.
So in that stipulation of facts for both Brittany Smith and her husband Timothy Smith, they admitted through the stipulation of facts that they crossed the state line to hold up the Hucks. They were armed with a BB pistol and took $139. That was never released. That information was never available. All we knew is they walked in with a gun, held up the Huck store, and made off with an undisclosed amount of money. So you find out in a stipulation of facts that's filed in federal court, the case becomes alive again from December 16th of last year. That's why it's important to continue to follow a story.
I got to tell you, I think it's interesting that I think that might have been something that folks, at least at Huck's, would have wanted to get out. In that,
I think from a corporate standpoint, the less said, the better.
Well, I understand that, but if somebody only takes $139. If you're Hucks, you get that out there so other potential criminals say, all I got is $139.
I'll go to the bank and get $30 grand.
I'll go to the bank and get through $4,000 or something like that.
But yeah, $139 with a BB pistol.
How much did they get from the other places? Did they have?
Actually, they found $187 on one of the two, and so they must have blown a bunch of money from the Dollar General for robbery down in Madisonville, Kentucky.
You said they were staying at the hotel there.
No, they just drove down there.
I
found him in the parking lot.
Okay, wow.
Less than an hour after the robbery.
No kidding.
Yeah. David Burrows, the chief of Grayville, got him. Snagged him.
Nobody ever.
There's a couple from Evansville, kind of mini Bonnie and Clyde outfit.
Nobody ever talked about criminals being,
Smart.
super super smart. You're watching Mid Talk with Bruce Dickey, Len Wells. We're going to come back, talk about all kinds of stuff. Back right after this. Stick around.
I'm a bunch of wind. And just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Salem, call Brandy Drinkpool.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lemon Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lemons always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemonsonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Are we back on?
Yeah, we're back on.
I thought we were going to talk about the soybean harvest.
Hey, you had the Carmi White County
Crop tour.
Oh,
whammo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Dickey here at Len Wells there, and we're talking about a wide variety of subjects.
Yes,
it's going to get wider, too.
Yes.
Because we did not. I did not actually intend to ask you about the crop tour. Tell me how the crop
tour went great.
No, hold on.
I do my own kind of crop tour.
That's what I wanted to get.
A whole different deal.
You and I have a different kind of crop tour than what these guys do.
Absolutely.
Do these guys have a cooler with them?
They do not.
They do not take
because they start out with breakfast.
That's early.
Yeah, it is. Well, it doesn't bother me. However, these are dedicated
professionals.
Professional farmers.
That's right.
No, they fanned out, as Tom Land used to say. They fanned out across 10 townships in White County. I think there's 10 townships in White County.
They haven't done it in Wayne County. I think they're doing Wayne County today or
probably
something. Right?
So. Yeah. But see, White County, they only count the corn. They don't do beans.
They don't do beans.
It says it's too difficult to do. So this was their 23rd annual crop tour for corn only, and it's going to be an above average yield.
Do we? What was the count?
I have no idea. I forget. 175 bushel an acre.
It's Right,
I don't have those numbers in front of me, but it was way above average.
Way above average.
Yes, it was considerably
not just above average, way above.
And they did notice a little bit of disease pressure in some of the fields, but they felt like the crop was far enough along that the harvest would begin and before the disease would cause any problems. So
that's good.
They had everything looks good.
I had heard this. Now, granted, we're walking down
I just don't remember the exact
We're walking
number.
down a path that neither Len nor I are expert in.
No.
But I had heard.
I can grow toe fungus, but that's another story.
That's you're screaming at me here because I had heard that Hamilton County was dealing with a little bit of a fungus issue
in their corn.
Well,
that may have been the same disease pressure they noticed in the White County thing, because they did mention that it was a fungus, I think, but I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
there's some fungus among us, especially in the cornfield, and these people were outstanding in their cornfield. They were. But anyway, they was a very above average, very much above average.
Well, you say disease pressure, that kind of leads me to there's
another type of disease.
There's a lot of disease pressure going on in the entire country.
We're in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah, you've written about this lately. And
I just wrote a story, and if we have time, Bruce, I would like to tell this story because we
got plenty of time.
It's a COVID-19 story, and what happened is a good friend of mine. A good friend of mine is currently in the hospital in intensive care with COVID-19. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, I said, this is a guy. I always said until people find somebody they know that has COVID, they're not going to really take this as seriously as they should. When you start seeing people either dropping like flies or going into the hospital and being really, really sick, you may not take this as seriously as you should. Well, this is a story. I'm not going to use his name, not because they don't want me to. I just rather not. But anyway, it's a friend of mine. He's from Grayville. And he got sick. He just wasn't feeling good. Wasn't feeling good at all. So,
his name is Matt Spiel.
Matt Spiel. But anyway, Matt's not.
Just kidding. Bring up Pat Seal for.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
It could be. Let's call him Pat Seal. Just so that we can bring the memory of Pat Seal back.
Great guy. I miss him. I really do miss him.
We do too. I do too.
So anyway, gentleman doesn't feel good. Just not feeling right. Doesn't feel good. Now he's 73 years old. Okay. But he's active. He runs a business.
Sure.
I mean, he goes to work every day. It's not like he's in a nursing home.
Yeah.
But he's 73, and he goes to the doctor and said, "Well, your heart rate's all over the place. 1 minute's 146, and a few minutes later it's down to 55.
Wow.
Your blood oxygen, it's kind of screwy. You really need. I think you should go to the emergency room, and because it may be a heart issue, go to Evansville. Go to Evansville, and there's a reason why I want to mention Evansville. I'll get to that. So he goes to an emergency room at a hospital in Evansville, Indiana. Check him in, check everything. Yeah, your heart rate's all over the place. Your blood oxygen's messed up. Give him fluid, pump him full of fluids. Do an EKG and some other tests, blood tests, some of that. You're okay. No big deal. You can go home.
Good.
Went home.
Sounds great.
Yeah, you're clear.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Went home. Still doesn't feel good. Never did start feeling any better.
Really?
Didn't start feeling any better. And it keeps getting a little worse, a little worse, a little worse. And so something ain't right. I don't know what it is. So his wife suspects, well, some of this stuff sounds like COVID. Because of what I read and what I hear.
How long ago was this?
Still going on. Still in intensive care. This is like 10 days.
Well, I didn't mean to.
No, I'm sorry. 10 days.
Jump ahead in the story.
But 10 days ago, he was admitted to the hospital. So she says, "I wonder where I can get a COVID test without having to go to the hospital." So she picks up the phone, calls one of the clinics in Carmi because I called and said, "Do you offer a rapid COVID test?" "Yes, we do. Come on down." Take him down there. Positive. And because you two live together, husband and wife, we're going to test you too. So on the rapid test, she comes back negative. He comes back positive. But said, no, don't think this is the end all, because we also send this into the lab for a better diagnostic test, a more accurate test. So he's positive. And go home and isolate for 14 days and let these symptoms pass. Well, by the time she gets home, or at least the next day, they get a phone call. Actually, it was that night. She gets a phone call. "Well, you're positive too." Husband and wife now both positive for COVID-19. He's sick. He doesn't feel very good.
He's just not well.
She has no symptoms whatsoever.
Okay.
Other than a little sinus stuff, according to her. So starts not feeling good, still not feeling good at all. And she's begging him, well, go to the hospital. No, I'll be all right. So
can I hold you up?
Absolutely.
Let's hold
because
up.
this is where the
That's kind of what I was thinking. We were getting to the spot where it's going to become
very serious.
The serious stuff's about to happen. That's Len Wells. I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be right back on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right after this. Stick around. We're going to finish this story. Back in a sec. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lemon Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lemons always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemonsonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Welcome to Zinc Building Center. My dad and Ryan work here. They sell lumber, paint, doors, windows, plumbing, electrical, and much more. Oh yeah, they sell guns too. Zinc Building Center on Route 45 and Louisville. It's a cool place.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Len Wells is here, and when we last left Mr. Wells, we were talking. Our friend had
tested positive.
He tested positive at the Carmi Clinic.
At a Carmi Clinic, so they sent him home, and so anyway, he just doesn't get feeling any better. So a week ago, this past Sunday, he gets up at 4:00 in the morning. He says, "I can't breathe. I can't catch my breath, can't get air." That's what he said, I can't get air. So they dial 911, and they take him to the hospital in Mount Carmel. As is protocol, you got to take him to the nearest ER. That's just the way it is.
Right.
So they take him to Mount Carmel, which is a very nice, good hospital. And so they stabilize him there, give him fluids and stuff. They know he's positive and transferred him out later that day to an Evansville hospital. Okay. And yeah, he's positive for COVID. They put him on oxygen. He's being treated. He's been in intensive care now for 10 days. Now, there's a couple of points to this story, and he's improving, by the way. His lung function's improving, according to his wife, who I interviewed. Sorry about that. So his lung function's improving. He's on less oxygen, so I think he's making a good turn.
Good.
And going to be fine.
All you can ask.
But there's a couple of points I'd like to make. Why in the world, when they went to the emergency room in Evansville, they did not give him a COVID test? He went in there and they checked his heart out and all these other things. Did not give him a.
This is why I asked how recent this is, because
10 days.
You would think
10 days.
You would think that in mid-August of 2020 would be the first thing you'd jump at.
I'm gonna take a little side track here real quick. My wife is being treated for cancer.
Yeah.
She had a complication less than a month ago.
Yeah.
With a chemotherapy treatment, and she had to go to the emergency room. So I drop her off at the emergency room, and while I'm parking the car, she gets a COVID test.
Yeah.
Before I even get the car parked.
Yeah.
First thing they did.
Sure.
And she wasn't in there for COVID. She was in there for a complication of chemotherapy. My point is, there is no national standard for this, for testing. It's up to the state, might be up to the hospital, could be up to the county, maybe it's up to the health department. I don't know who it's up to, but it's there's no standard. You know, had my friend been tested that first time, he could have been weeks or at least days ahead in his recovery. Right. But they didn't administer that test.
And for that matter, he a few days where he had an opportunity to spread
it.
Yeah.
No, but this is a family that they basically don't go anywhere simply because they don't want to get infected or infect anyone else. I mean, they said we just basically haven't been anywhere since March.
Yeah.
And they have no idea where they picked this up.
You know, that's the interesting thing. You mentioned no
standard,
no national standard. There's all these kids are going back to school, right?
Yes.
There are colleges all over the place having the kids go back to varying degrees of success. You can look at a school like Notre Dame that has had a breakout. You can look at outbreak. Pardon me. You can look at schools like North Carolina that have outbreaks. Then you can look at a school like the University of Illinois. And I'm plugging the University of Illinois. Yes,
You're an alum, and that's fine.
I'm an alum, and I'm going to plug it because they developed a protocol and they developed a standard of testing that is right now. University of Illinois students make up 20% of all COVID tests being taken in the state of Illinois. Because they have a saliva test. They developed a saliva test. And how this saliva test how other universities haven't grabbed this and their level of testing or their level of infection is low because they are testing everybody over and over and over. How another college,
I can tell you why. You know why?
Well, yeah.
You can't tell me to wear a mask.
Well, that's
part of it.
But that's part of it. But I just don't understand. You got to keep the kids in school if you want to make the money.
Right.
You know. That's why
keep them safe.
That's why the kids are there.
Keep them safe.
You gotta keep them there if you want to keep and to keep kids in school. You got to keep them safe. For crying out loud! If you see something working, grab it and go.
Run with it.
You know. But yes, so people beefing at the Big Ten Conference for not having football, they've got a point because there's at least one school in the Big Ten. Now I'm knocking wood because it's my school and they're doing so darned well.
Yeah, and some of that, Bruce, does start with leadership in state government. Illinois has actually done pretty well in this.
Well, we're the 5th-ranked populous state in the country, and we're like the 8th or 9th in COVID or something.
But my point is,
and when you look at it relatively, that's not bad.
No, well, but anyway, it just aggravates me when I see politicians talking about stuff they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
That's what really aggravates me, and why Indiana is so different than Illinois. Is it leadership? I don't know what it is. I don't have a clue. I just know that there should be some standards, but there's not.
Well, you and I are voices. We're just two voices.
Yeah, and I think I'm just kind of talking into an echo chamber sometimes. But Indiana opened all their bars, and guess what? They're closed again, aren't they?
Saw that Missouri's about to too.
Yeah. So did you jump the gun? People are crying and crying. This will go away. It's going to be horrible for a few more months or maybe even a year. I don't know.
Well,
but you got to do the right thing.
We'll get a vaccine soon, then we'll get something figured out.
Maybe tomorrow.
That's exactly right. That's Len Wells. I'm Bruce Dickey. We are positive that it's going to be over. This too shall pass.
Are you positive?
I'm very positive.
I am not touching you.
No. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Back right after this.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at carnabysquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
When it comes to your banking, you have as many options as colors in the crayon box. That's why you can bank your way at Teutopolis State Bank. What works best for you may be different from what works best for your neighbor. Teutopolis State Bank is built to serve all your banking needs, whether it's online banking, mobile check deposit, text banking, or just stopping in to see them at one of their 3 convenient locations. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender, it's Teutopolis State Bank. Banking made personal since 1913.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lemon Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lemons always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemonsonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Are you tired of searching high and low in those big chain stores to find what you need and deserve some royal treatment? Come to the King, Rural King in Salem. The friendly folks at Rural King will never leave you searching for those hard to find items on your list. Farm, home, sporting, automotive, and clothing. Oh, and did I mention we also have everything else, along with all of the quality brands that you deserve. Salem Rural King is a proud retailer of the steel product line. Your searching is over when you know the King, Rural King in Salem.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thanks so much. I just woke him up and it's kind of leading back into.
Well, I apologize for that. This is a live show.
This is a live show today. Yeah.
You see all the foils and.
Well, it would have been nicer if I'd have turned the microphone off at some point too.
Speaking of that, our son John Douglas Wells, is an English teacher at Wrights High School in Evansville, Indiana, and he just started Monday doing in front of a camera.
How's that going?
Well, he says he's scared to death. He's going to say something he shouldn't say.
He's been teaching for years.
Oh, he's been teaching for over 23 years, I think. But anyway, but it's the first time he's had to do it, for remote learning, that sort of thing. So he called me up. He said, and I left my wireless mic on when I went to the bathroom. Which kind of reminds me of a police story.
Oh, so, Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, I'm sorry. Yeah. But anyway, that's my boy.
Oh, well, you and I
lives in a trailer down by the river.
You and I are in a business where pretty much anything you can say, have been in a business where anything you say can and will be held against you. Yes.
And if you drop an ugly word, you better pray that it was what they call a spontaneous utterance, and it was way out of context.
Have you ever cursed on television or radio?
I'm gonna be as frank with you as I possibly can. I dropped the F-bomb once.
You did not.
I did. But I want you to understand.
How long did you keep that job?
I kept the job just fine. But what it was it had nothing to do with me, using the word like you would use the word, out of frustration or anger or hatred or anything like that. There are
several different definitions.
I was trying to pronounce a different word, and it came out the F word, and it was like my. What do? You just keep.
What was
going.
the word?
Huh?
What was the word you were trying?
I don't remember. Furyk, I think maybe
like Jim Furyk.
Yeah, Jim Furyk, and it came out way wrong.
The golfer.
Yes. I think that may have been it because I was at the time they had me reading sports, which was a huge mistake. Huge, enormous. I'm the one that said that the Cards beat the South Dakota Padres.
Yeah.
South Dakota doesn't have a pro ball team, do they?
No, not a major league team. No.
That's why I don't do sports.
Knock wood. I have not done that myself.
This was, like I said, a spontaneous utterance, which was just a mispronunciation.
I've been in this. I have been on the radio and television with people who have done it.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have. And
I had a coworker that did it live on TV and with the intent.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What was that about?
Oh, it was that one person I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He did not like her and
so you got so
frustrated
people
with her
on television who were up there
co-anchors.
And so you're telling me that the co-anchors occasionally do not get along?
Absolutely.
But they work together.
Because it's showbiz.
It's showbiz.
And he just finally had a bellyful and unloaded on her.
On TV.
On TV. I'll never forget it. And I can't even say it. I cannot even come close to saying.
What brought him to the boiling point? Do you recall anything about it?
She had stabbed him in the back one time. I was not going to take it. And what's interesting is the individual who unloaded is still on TV today as an anchor, a TV anchor in Evansville, Indiana.
I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
I don't want to go there because they'll call me up.
I have a feeling because I know.
I thought I told you this story off the air before.
You might have.
I think I'll give you a hint.
Let me give you the hint and see if I've got the right guy.
Sure.
The name is something to do with a flying animal.
Flying animal. Rocky.
Winged flying animal.
Squirrel.
Bird.
No. No.
Not Bird. There's the other guy.
No.
The other guy who uses.
Brad Bird's a prince. I used to work with him.
The other guy who doesn't use his correct first name.
No.
His given name.
No.
Really?
No.
Okay, then it's
an error, perhaps, to that. Are we getting closer? Let's say, what's the name of what's the Fairfield mayor's name? What's his name?
Gary Moore.
Yeah. Okay. I was just trying to help you along.
You got me. You've just helped me along.
Okay.
you have just helped me along. Well, I had forgotten those two work together.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they sure did.
Well, I could see that fellow.
They had a previous network even. I mean,
really?
That predates where they all are now.
I had no idea. All right, anyway. Today is National. This month,
hat day or something?
National Fall Hat Month.
I don't have a fall hat.
I've got a
ski mask I use when I go to banks, but that's a whole different deal. I just admitted something.
You just made an admission of note. Okay, but whenever it's time, it's going to get a little bit cooler.
Yes, fall will officially be here September 22nd.
Yeah.
I think celestially, if the stars and all that stuff, maybe the 18th, but the 22nd is when fall starts.
Right.
Uncle Skeet.
Oh, really?
He has some advice.
Is that right?
As the seasons
Uncle
change.
Skeet, he is a gentleman of knowledge.
He's observant.
He's wise.
Yes, he is. Well, anyway, he
wise beyond his years.
or something like that. I'm not real sure what it is, but as summer loosens its sweaty grip, like that. You can tell I'm a writer. It was a dark and stormy night.
Usually you don't
like that. Summer loosens its sweaty
usually grip. Sweaty grips are pretty loose to start with.
Well, yeah, but they're going to loosen it. So anyway, it yields to fall.
Okay.
So Very first
And
thing.
it's the thing when you're saying.
Can I get a drink? Sure.
Yeah, sure. Whenever you're talking about summer loosening its sweaty grip, in the literature way would be to say the literate way would be it looses its sweaty grip as opposed to loosens its sweaty grip.
Thank you for Mr.
Grammar.
Mr. Grammar. Grandpa and Grammar. Anyway, first thing you should do as the seasons change, according to Skeet, is to flip the tires on your trailer.
Well, see, now that...
See, you knew that, though, didn't you?
I'd heard that, yeah.
White walls are up for the summer because they reflect the sun.
Yeah.
Black walls for fall and winter because they absorb heat.
That
Flip the tires on your trailer.
Flip the tires, plus you get that gets the water out of them.
Oh, absolutely. And they're no longer a mosquito breeding place.
Right, there you go.
Next thing you want to do is change your underpinning. And in the past, a lot of people put bales of straw around their trailer, to prevent the draft and everything.
Yeah.
Skeet recommends alfalfa hay bales because they're a lot denser.
Yeah.
So much denser.
Heavier, too.
Less flammable.
Oh, really?
And if they do catch fire, they smell better.
I did not realize
And always on the south end of your trailer, not the north end. Leave about a 12-inch opening for your dogs and cats to go in, okay? And throw in a few flakes of hay in there in case they have babies over the winter. You got to think of these things. Am I right or not?
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah. I got to tell you, I thought about the first two because I lived in a trailer.
Oh, I did too.
Over a winter.
Single wide.
Single wide trailer over a winter, and it's you haven't lived until your water is frozen up.
Oh, sure, but that's why you put the underpinning.
That's it.
And then another thing, Skeet makes it very clear that it's illegal to borrow electricity from a neighbor.
Oh, I did not realize.
Oh, it's called theft of services.
Oh, I see.
But if you must, Skeet has a recommendation: don't, under any circumstances, use an orange drop cord. You can see that a mile away. So if you're running an orange drop cord from your trailer to your neighbor's garage or something, use brown or black, and if you can find it, camouflage.
Well, now hold on.
If you're borrowing electricity,
so you're talking about for winter time, for fall.
We're just saving on your utility
in winter time. However, I would think if you're doing this in winter time, the black or the brown would show up pretty readily as well if there's snow on the ground.
If there's snow on the ground, yes. That's why you want to try to go to camo if you can find it.
I like the thought. Yeah,
okay.
Camo just looks like leaves.
Sure. And speaking of leaves, okay, don't bother raking your leaves.
Why not?
Just borrow your neighbor's leaf blower.
Okay.
And blow it onto their property.
Well, they're gonna clean it up. If they have a leaf blower, they're most likely going to clean up their leaves at some point.
Right. So you would blow it onto your neighbor's property. Don't have to rake it up yourself. But if you have to rake it up, here's what Skeet recommends: rake it up and put it in the back of your pickup truck.
Oh, really?
And then drive to town, and then it just spreads out in the ditches.
That is helpful advice.
It is.
I hadn't really thought about that. That seems like a lot of work.
Well, it does, but it just, he does not recommend burning leaves because it gets too close to the underpinning and sets the hay bales on fire.
Well, you don't want that.
And then burns your trailer up. And don't bring open flames into a single wide trailer. So, in other words, don't have a fireplace, and don't have a kerosene heater in there.
Oh, that's...
No. And Skeet tried to build one of those outdoor, wood burning stoves where they blow the heat in, and this all of the smoke and everything stays outside.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have any wood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he used oily rags from a garage.
All it
did
work.
It blew smoke. That's all it did. Blew smoke.
Well,
apparently he didn't have the good design, and it leaked from an air standpoint. So anyway, those are some of Skeet's change of season pieces of advice.
How does Skeet it's Aunt
Jenny, yeah.
How do Skeet and Aunt Jenny survive together? I mean, it seems like they are just a mismatch.
Well, I think you have to go back to the fact. In fact, I should have told this story. Is they did this ancestry thing? Well, they couldn't afford ancestry.
Yeah, about 45 seconds.
So they hired a company. Who's Your Daddy was the name of it. And what they discovered, and I can tell it.
23andme.com.
No, it wasn't that. It was Who's Your Daddy?
Who's Your Daddy?
$22.95 is what they paid for this.
Nice.
And what they discovered after they got all this stuff back is their family tree, Bruce Dickey, looks a lot more like a wreath. That's about all. And that pretty well explains the relationship.
I guess that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, and there's a lot of banjo music involved.
That's Uncle Skeet. That is Uncle Skeet in a nutshell. You can find more about Uncle Skeet's life. Subscribe and read the Carmi Chronicle, or at least pick it up when you get the chance.
Or the Navigator Journal.
Or the Navigator
and the Prairie
Journal.
Post is a free paper.
Or the Prairie Post. There you go. I love the Navigator Journal. I read it all the time. I don't see the Carmi Chronicle often enough, and I would.
Sure.
You know me, I'm a guy, I subscribe to 3 newspapers for crying out loud. So there you go.
I read them all.
Thank you so much for being
Thanks for having me, Bruce. It's always a pleasure.
Have a great day.
You too.
Folks, thank you so much. It's all sports the rest of the week. Tomorrow, Kentucky Derby. And on Friday, it's our big old Take the Points once. That's Len Wells.
Well.
We'll see y'all next time. Have a great day.